Lakewood Playhouse was founded in 1938, and it houses about 180 patrons per every showing they do. It's located at the Lakewood Town Center, near where the Pierce Transit Bus Station Center is located. And on April 11th, I attended a showing at the Lakewood Playhouse called the HMS Pinafore. And this is their Playhouse guide they had for the show. This show, which also goes by the name of The Lass Who Loved a Sailor, is an enchanting musical number about a life of a group of characters above a naval ship called the HMS Pinafore. It's comedy, action, love stories, music of course, and it's a very wide array of interesting characters. Today I want to introduce you to some of the key characters and the story they are telling, and why I thought this was a good live community speech. So the first character we have is Buttercup. Oops. Sorry. Buttercup is a mysterious lady who sells trinkets to the sailors. She comes on when they're ported on shore, and she also has a deep, dark secret that she alludes to during the show, which they get to towards the end. Rafe Rackstraw is a sailor above the ship. He is just a normal, regular sailor. They call them tars. He is in the unfortunate position of being in love with the captain's daughter, Josephine. Dick Deadeye is another sailor that's aboard the ship. He is the bad guy. He always has a worse opinion than all the other sailors. He always tends to disagree, and he actually ends up betraying Rafe to the captain regarding Rafe's love for the captain's daughter. Captain Corcoran is the captain of the HMS Pinafore. He is a hearty, well-bred captain. He's very jovial and affluent. I think he's one of the most memorable characters on the show, and after seeing the play, I realized that one of his musical numbers, which is one of the bigger numbers in the show, is actually shown or parodied on a lot of TV shows and other things you'll watch. If you ever see the play, you'll recognize it. I saw it on Family Guy the other night. They did the number the captain did, and I was quite surprised. Josephine is the captain's daughter. She's very lovely. She's the one that Rafe is in love with. She's actually betrothed to Sir Joseph Porter, who is our next character, and Sir Joseph Porter is the ruler of the Queen's Navy. He is the KCB, which stands for Knight Commander of the Order of the Bath. He isn't really qualified for his position. They go through the numbers, and he references that he got his position because he polished the handle on the big front door. He kind of sucked his way up into the top, so to say. He also has many sisters, cousins, and aunts by the dozens that travels with him, which aren't really his sisters, cousins, or his aunts. Excuse me. The premise of the story is the HMS Pinafore's ship. It's at port, and it shows all the sailors are there. They're cleaning the ship, going about their business. Buttercup shows up. She's on the ship. She's trying to sell to the sailors. She alludes to her deep, dark secret she has. Rafe comes out, and he's letting the other sailors know of his affections and his love for Josephine, which is the captain's daughter, which is forbidden, especially since she's betrothed to a man of higher standing. They then bring out the captain, and that's when he has his main number and lets everyone know what a good, strong type of captain he is. He knows that his daughter does not love Sir Joseph Porter. He knows she's unhappy about it, but there's not really anything to do about it. It has to happen that way. Sir Joseph comes to the ship. He never gets on a ship when it's at sea. I believe he only boards ships that are at port, and brings all his aunts and cousins and ladies. And he's aboard the ship trying to get to know this woman he's supposed to be marrying. Later on the ship, Ralph confronts Josephine and lets her know that even though he knows she's betrothed to someone else, he's in love with her, he wants to marry her, he wants to be with her. She refuses him, she tells him no, and runs away. Rafe goes into a bit of stress. He's very concerned. He gets to the point where if he can't be with her, he wants to shoot himself in the head, kind of commit suicide, and he's very, very close to that point. He has the gun, and Josephine runs out and says, "No, I love you, I really do love you, I want to be with you, let's make this a secret and elope tonight off the ship. Unfortunately for them, Dick Deadeye, the bad sailor guy, he hears their plan and he reports it to the captain. So the captain and Sir Joseph find out that they're going to try to elope. They apprehend them. They lock Rafe up in the bottom of the ship. They confine the captain into his captain's quarters. And everything is looking dour when Buttercup turns up again and reveals her deep, dark secret, which is that when she was a much younger woman, she nursed 2 babies. One that was well-bred and important, one that was regular. And those 2 babies were Captain Corcoran and Rafe Rackstraw. And she lets everyone know that when these 2 were babies, their positions got switched around. So Sir Joseph Porter decides that this means Rafe should be the captain of the ship, and the captain should just be a regular guy. So now that Rafe's the captain, Sir Joseph decides to let him marry Josephine since they're in love. And now that the captain's a regular guy, he has had affections for Buttercup this whole time, and now that he's lower position, he can actually act upon his affections. And Sir Joseph decides to be happy with one of his cousins. So the show ends with everyone paired with the partner they wish to be with and all rejoicing together. The HMS Pinafore is a very joyous jaunt on the sea. It's a lively cast of characters. The musical numbers are numerous and very catchy. And the performance is very kind of goofy and a good sense of fun. It's still relevant to people that watch it now, even though it was written over 100 years ago. And you get very caught up in the show, and before you even realize the 2 hours or so is done, it's already over. So I encourage everyone to go see a live version of the show, or if you can, maybe watch it on DVD or TV, because I believe it's very enjoyable. It's a great fun and comedy. Your whole family can watch it together, and I think everybody should experience the arts and musicals at some point.